Hey y'all, I wanted to talk about for business owners why you're not hitting consistent six-figure months, right? What I'll just say, I'm Danny, multiple streams queen, but I just got back from a much needed vacation from Belize, and I realized is that I don't vacation enough, right? I don't vacation enough. And a lot of clarity came, right, on that vacation. And I see people, other business owners, other entrepreneurs that aren't necessarily struggling, but I wanted to talk about a few things for new business owners, right? Hope not to offend nobody, but I wanted to talk about why you're not hitting your consistent six figures in your business. If you're a new business owner, you can still tap in, right? So I wrote down a few things that I wanted to share with y'all. I am so refreshed and rejuvenated, recharged from my vacation, but we'll talk about that later. So I see a lot of business owners, and if you're anything like me, I am a retired ER nurse, and I say that word strong, retired, because I am retired. I don't have to work at the bedside anymore because my business takes care of me. If I need to put on some scrubs and some tennis shoes to go back on the nursing floor, I absolutely would. But I say retired because I am retired. I don't have to go back to the floor. It's non-traditional, but I'm retired. Being a full-time entrepreneur for going on, I guess, 2 years now, I've seen a lot. I've gone through a lot myself, and I just want to reach back and help other people. So I wanted to talk about, as business owners, why you're not hitting your consistent six figures in your business. And this don't have to be a month. It can just be in a year. Why? Because the goal is to hopefully leave your 9 to 5, right? But until that time comes, you need to become the expert in whatever business that you're doing. So I wanted to give y'all a few tips on why you're not hitting those six figures in your business like you want to, so you can retire and be a full-time entrepreneur. Number one, you're trying to do everything. You're trying to do everything, right? I'm an ER nurse. We are a jack of all and master of none, right? I can handle pretty much anything that will come through the door. Do that mean that I want to go work up in the ICU? No. No. Do that mean that I want to go and work in a dialysis unit? Absolutely not, right? It's a constant change, a constant flow of patients. Never know what's coming through the door. We the adrenaline junkies. We are all of that, right? But we are a jack of all trades and a master of none. And it's a lot of people, entrepreneurs, that do that. You have this bright, shiny object syndrome. And trust me, I was there. Trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and with my business. I was there. I was taking courses. I was doing this. I would start this. And I was stretching myself in a million places. And I wasn't putting 100% of nothing into nothing. Right? I was all over the place. All over the place. I got with my mentor. I was, coming off my 6-month assignment from Cali. I got with my mentor. I thought I knew the business that I wanted to start, which was credit repair. And I was, had a website built. I had a team that was getting trained. Like, I bought the software, everything. And I sat down with my mentor, and she said, talking to her about my plan and what I wanted to do. And she let me talk. And she said, what about Airbnb? I see you doing that. You seem really passionate about it. And it must have been a light in my eye or something. And she let me talk. And she said, I think you need a table credit repair. And I think you need to focus on Airbnb. And y'all, I sat there for a moment because I was like, okay. And the last okay, it was just okay. I pay you for a reason. Right? It was something in me that she saw when we talked about Airbnb, that she was like, table that other business, that other thing that you've been doing, and focus on Airbnb. Focus on that. Focus on that. Focus on that. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't sit there and talk myself out of it. I didn't sit there and say, well, I spent all this money. You know, I got the website. I paid for software. I didn't say that. I didn't question it. It was scary, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen. I'm paying her, right? Paying her for a reason. And that's exactly what I did. And focusing on that one thing, y'all, got me to 7 figures. No cap.
No cap, yeah.
Period. Focusing on that one thing got me to 7 figures. Yes. I don't have a huge social media following. I ain't got tens and thousands and 100,000 followers on Instagram or Facebook. I don't. But I put my head down and I focused on that one thing, right? And once I got to a certain point, I started to help other people. I started to learn and go through lessons, right? I don't call them failures. I started to go through lessons and was like, okay, get back up. How can you pivot? How can you change? Okay, that happened when you did this. How can we I started to figure out how not to let that happen again. And so now I'm able to give that same knowledge and expertise to my mentees, to my students, to people that come to me for knowledge and for education to get into this industry. Because I tell people now, like at first, yes, I was all gung-ho, Airbnb. I loved it. And I still do, right? But getting off that platform is where you will make the real money. Getting off Airbnb's platform is where you will make the real money. Figuring out your niche is where you're going to make the real money. Airbnb is great. Airbnb is great. But let's talk about some government contracts, right? Let's talk about some partnerships and some collaborations in your niche that will keep you booked and busy. You never have to worry about Airbnb, right? So everybody wants to do Airbnb, and there's nothing wrong with Airbnb. But once you can figure out your niche, you can go directly to them. You can go directly to your customer and be sold out, oversold, oversubscribed, as my mentor would like to say. But you have to figure out your niche. Don't just get into something because you're doing a million things, because you're not going to be able to put 100% behind it. I tell people all the time, I am one. I don't want to take your money just because you got it. I want to make sure this is what you want to do, because I don't like people wasting money. I don't want you getting into any program or any mentorship that I have just because you think you want to do something. No, I want you to know that you want to do something. I'm not driven by money. I want to see you win. I want to see you win. Be very mindful of that when you're paying people. Do they just want your money? So that is the very first thing as an entrepreneur. Focus on one thing. Stop trying to be all over the place, right? You see stuff, you see people making money, and you're like, oh my God, I can do Airbnb, I can do Turo, I can do this, I can do a group home, I can do home care. Shoot, I can get some vending machines, and you absolutely could. But focus on one thing first. Master one thing first. My mentor said, focus on one thing, make 7 figures in that thing, and then you can move on to the next thing. Focus on one thing, make 7 figures in it, put systems and processes in place, delegate a team, put a team in place that you can trust, and then you can move on to the next thing. Right? So my entrepreneurs, that's what's keeping you from making 6 figures in your business. That's what's keeping you from leaving the bedside. That's what's keeping you from leaving your 9 to 5, because you're trying to do too many things. Focus on one, right? Trying to be everything in your business. When you start your business, start it with the mind frame that I got a big business. I have a Fortune 500 company. You thinking a Fortune 500 company, whoever created the Fortune 500 company is trying to be the accountant. They trying to be the sales associate. They trying to be the marketing guru. They ain't doing everything. Guess what? They hiring people that's their expertise. That is what they love doing. They hire those people and let them do what they love doing. And so you can continue to do more of what it is that you love doing. If I don't like crunching numbers all day, I'm not going to crunch numbers all day. Right? Because if I'm doing something that I don't enjoy doing, guess what? And I know I'm not the only one. I'm going to put it off. I'm going to start it. I'm going to get into it. You know what? I'm going to finish this tomorrow. I'm going to come back to it tomorrow. I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to put it back off again. I'm going to finish that later on. I'm going to finish that in the morning. And guess what? By the time you look up, it's been a week or 2 weeks and you still ain't finished it because you don't love doing it. So why are you trying to rack your brain doing something that you don't love doing? For what? Because you're trying to do everything in your business. Because 1, you're probably too cheap to pay people. 3, you have the mindset that you can't afford to pay people. 4, you don't trust people. If you have trust issues, you're going to have a hard way to go. Right? When you're in business, like, stop thinking like, oh my God, I can't afford to pay this person. Oh my God, well, I want to do this, but I really don't want to let it go. You holding on to stuff and not wanting to allow other people to operate in their area of genius is bogging you down with a whole lot of shit that you don't like doing. Yes, I am an introvert. Anybody that knows me know that I am an introvert. I hate being on the phone. I don't want to be on no Zooms all day. Like, that is not me. That drains me. That drains my energy. I am an introvert, so I pick up on energies. Like, I can't be exposed to people all day, every day. Like, I just can't. Right? So guess what I did? I hired a social media manager. Because I understand as a business owner that so I need to be social on social media in order to attract my clientele. It'd be a lot of times that y'all be seeing posts, y'all probably think it's me, and it is not me. It is not me. This is me. But my social media manager, we have gotten so intertwined with each other that she knows me. She knows how I talk. She knows how I think. And so she is able to create content for me. And all kind of stuff she does. Like, she's amazing, right? She does that on my behalf, so I don't have to wreck my brain trying to think about doing flyers or doing graphics or doing this or coming up with this post. She does it. She studies it. She researched it, and she makes it seem like it's me. I go on and make sure it look right. And sometimes if she has a question about something, she'll send it to me like, hey, look, can you look at this for me? But for the most part, me and her, like, we are so intertwined. She know me every week. But that took work. Me and her was meeting every single week. Every single week, going over projects, going over the way I talk, the way I think, what my clientele likes, right? But she handles my social media. I hired a CPA. And people are like, well, how much do it cost? You know what? I don't care what his price is. I'm going to pay him because I am at the point where my books are too overwhelming for me. So I'm not going to try to do it. When it was just me, yes, I was able to keep up with it. I had my QuickBooks up and I can categorize things. But you know what? Now I got too much going on. I need a little bit more advanced tax prep and tax planning. I don't just need tax prep. I need planning, right? Have that in your mind. Have meetings with these people so you can figure out how much do they cost once you get to that, so you can figure that into your budget. Okay, if I got to pay you $1,200 or $1,500 a month, I need to figure out how I can afford you. If my social media manager costs whatever a month, I need to figure out how I can afford you. Let me put you in my budget. If my VA costs this every single month, let me put that in my budget. And people laugh. I was in a group of other entrepreneurs and I told them I budget for my therapist. I paid for my therapy 6 months in advance. I budget for it. That was in my budget. Because I understand on this road of entrepreneurship, it's going to be some lonely days. It's going to be some dark days. It's going to be some sad days. And you know what? My friends that I used to work with on the nursing floor, me and them, we can't have the same conversations. They may not be able to understand the pain or the stress or whatever I'm going through. because we're going through different things. And it's not saying that I'm better than them. It's just saying that I have elevated, and me and them, we ain't having the same conversations, right? We can't have the same conversations. And sometimes you just want an unbiased opinion, or not even opinion. You want an unbiased ear to listen and to give you feedback. So I budgeted for my therapist. Black folks don't like to talk about therapy. I know I needed one, okay? Period. I budget for those things. So when you're starting your business, write down every single thing that you need in your business, or you even think you're going to need. It may be some things that come up that you don't even remember or think about. Write it down from the very beginning. A lawyer, or an accountant, or a CPA. Somebody to handle your social media. First, figure out what your area of genius is. What you love doing. What is it that you love doing? Figure that out. Then write down everybody else that you may need. Write down everything that's going on in your business that you may not even think about. Email marketing, social media marketing, text message marketing, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. It's so many things that can come about in your business, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Write it down. Literally. Let me see if I can show y'all. My alarm messed up my wallpaper that I'm gonna do. But I have whiteboards. Literally on my big whiteboard, it's a list of every single person or business entity that I need to do business with. Right? I have an appointment tomorrow with my attorney. Right? Write down every single thing that you may need. I don't care if you really physically don't have the money right now. Figure out how much it costs. How much does it cost for me to put you on retainer? Because what you don't want to happen is you need a lawyer and you don't have a lawyer, then they're going to tax you. Versus you just having one on retainer and you putting it in your budget. Oh, if I just to put you on retainer, it's $3,000 or $5,000 or whatever it is. And so when you do need them, you can just call them up. They already familiar with you. They know your situation, and they can go to bat for you. Versus you, when you need them, you don't have them, and you trying to hop around and price hop and price shop and figure out who can take your case or who can help you, even if it's a minor question. And there are a lot of different services that you can use that are like low cost in the beginning. I think it's Legal Shield or something like that. I don't recommend as you grow that you keep them, but it gives you opportunity to be able to talk to a lawyer. And then you get a lot of other perks with that. So the things that are keeping you from hitting your six figures in your business that would allow you to step away from your job or walk away from your 9 to 5. One is you're trying to do everything. You're trying to be a jack of everything and master of none. Number 2, you're trying to be everything in your business. You cannot physically and mentally do everything.
Everything. Everything.
Milo with the ad-libs. And number 3, you don't trust people.
You don't trust people.
When you don't trust people, it's going to be very hard for you to outsource. People. It's going to be very hard for you to delegate. It's going to be hard for you to give away tasks that you don't love doing because you're not going to trust that people do it right. I know I've been there. You ask people to do, and this is just outside of business. They say, hi, Milo.
Hi.
Say hi, Miss Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Say hi, Auntie Jackie.
Hi, Auntie Jackie.
Thank you. Right? But I remember just in life in general, you ask someone to do something. If they didn't do it in your time when you felt like you needed them to do it or wanted them to do it, I know I'm not the only one. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll do it. You ask somebody to do something. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. I know I'm not the only one that did that. There's some unhealed wounds and trauma that you got going on in you. That's why you do that. That's why I used to do that. A distrust. Somebody before has let you down.
Somebody before to let you down.
So now you don't trust people to do stuff for you. You ask folks to do stuff. Hey, I was wondering, I'm busy. I'm super, super busy. I was wondering if you can do this for me, right? And then if they don't do it in the time, you may not even have given them a time frame, right? And you don't realize it. But if they don't do it in the time where you felt like they should have done it, oh, don't worry about it. I'll do it. Don't even worry about it. I got it. I know a lot of folks, I did that. And I had to stop myself. No, it ain't no, don't worry about it. No, hey, I was wondering if I need you to run to the bank, get this, do this, do this. I need it done by this time. Either you can do it or you can't. So set the expectation from the very beginning, right? Stop saying, oh, don't worry about it, I'll do it. You didn't ask somebody that you didn't ask them for help because you can do it. You needed help. Learn how to ask for help. And I had to realize that was me, the little Danielle, the little bitty Danielle that got let down, that was responding from a trauma, responding from a wound. Oh, don't worry about it, I'll do it. No, And I had to tell myself, no, hey, can you still do it? Hey, you gave me a verbal agreement that you was going to do this. I was wondering if you can get it done by this time or this day. If you can't, that's fine. I'll find somebody else to do it. But don't stop putting that burden on yourself and stressing yourself and trying to do every damn thing. Learn how to trust people again. If you can't, get your ass in therapy. You see? It's going to hinder you in your business. When you can't trust people, because then you're going to be trying to micromanage people.
Yes.
You're still going to try to do everything. You're going to go behind people once they've done what they were supposed to do and tear it apart and try to find something wrong. What are you talking about? Right? Learn how to trust people. So number 1, stop trying to be a jack of all things and a master of none. Number 2, stop trying to be everything in your business. Number 3, learn how to trust people. And the final thing, get your credit right. So many people always ask me, how are you able to grow to so many units so quickly in such a short amount of time? I utilize other people's money. I had access to other people's money. I was not spending all of my money. I was using other people's money. It's a Danielle and Milo show. I utilize other people's money, but in order to get other people's money, my credit had to be right. How to get my credit right? So those are the things I feel like are hindering others that want to start a business or already started a business, hindering you from getting to your 6 figures and allowing you to retire and to step away from your 9 to 5, right? Those 4 things. Danielle and Milo show, or just the Milo show. I am going to hop off because somebody got too much energy and I can't even talk. Say bye to the people. Say bye to your cousins and your aunties.
Cousins and aunties. And shoot you.
Bye, y'all.
Shoot you.